We live in a world where you can't say that you want to lose weight.
Yeah.
I just hate the hypocrisy of it. It's okay to say you want to lose weight. With celebs, I don't like when they do get asked or do end up doing a cover story and they're not asked. It's like, I just started sleeping better. I think Meghan Trainor said lift weights and then she just came out about Manjaro. Mindy Kaling hasn't come out about it yet. I think it's pretty obvious. Oprah came out and said it, which was great. Amy Schumer just did it. She was interviewed about it 2 years ago. She tried, was vomiting, couldn't be with her kid, but she tried the different brand this time and she's doing great.
You look at beauty like Lindsay Lohan. She looks amazing, right? She's getting all of the praise about how incredible she looks. And now there's Anne Hathaway and people speculate and she just says nothing.
I don't know if it's a responsibility, but I feel like it's not responsible to lie. My nutritionist calls it get away with murder.
You want to put on muscle because then you burn more calories at rest, your basal metabolic rate.
Someone who's fit as like a Khloe Kardashian could probably be in bed eating M&Ms and she's burning 1,000 calories a second. I just want us to be more real. That's why I appreciate that, because you're telling your friend you look great. What did you do? What are you eating? So why are we in the world pretending like it's not a thing?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Okay, so we were just talking before we started recording about where you are in your life right now. You're postpartum. You are on kind of a health journey, weight loss journey. And I heard you talking to Heather Dubrow about this as well.
Wait, that came out?
Yeah, today.
Okay.
So I was listening to it this morning.
She's great.
Really? Yeah, she seems very cool.
Yeah, I didn't know her that well before because I don't specifically watch the OC that she's on. But she invited me on the pod and I was like, yeah, she seems cool. And I loved her vibe. She said some shit to me that I actually took to heart. I'm going to think about that, kind of a mom advice thing. And she's very old school when it comes to the weight loss and whatever. And I love when people are able to say that they probably know won't be received well by everyone. They don't care. That really turns me on. So she was all calorie deficit. Don't eat. I was
cabbage soup diet. I was throwback. That was my first foray into disordered eating. Was the cabbage soup diet.
Did that trigger you though?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, you're not one of those people. Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I think we all need to get a little less sensitive. You know?
Exactly. That's why for me it's I never did the cabbage soup diet. I've heard about it. I was probably desperate enough to want to, but never ended up doing it. But again, I can look at these things. These are things that we've all kind of experienced. We all think about it. We're trying to be better. We're trying to do things the healthy way. But even with that, I talked to her on the show, it seems like we live in a world where you can't say that you want to lose weight. And that's not true. That's not what's happening behind closed doors. So I just hate the hypocrisy of it. It's okay to say you want to lose weight. I don't have to thank my body for the babies. I do. And I thank it. But I can also say, okay, now I want to fit into my jeans. You're not allowed to say you want to fit into your jeans. You're supposed to say your jeans don't fit. Buy a new size. Now I'm not a fucking idiot. I'll buy a new size. These are a new size than before. But I also would like to be the weight that I was before I got pregnant. And I'll work towards that. I won't kill myself. I'm trying to be healthy. I'm not trying to do anything, not healthy. And it's so funny. My sister said to me the other day, when I was eating eggs and fucking sausage, she was like, but food is supposed to be fun. And it is, but I don't think it needs to be fun all the time. Yeah. And part of my health journeys, she's kind of into dinner is the fun meal. She kind of does it differently, culturally, and she believes blood sugar wise. So I'm leaning in, and I've enjoyed many of foods, and I will still enjoy food, but I'm okay with eating the egg and the sausage, drinking the protein shake, and trying to look good this summer. Thank you.
By the way, same. I didn't work out for a year and a half because of all the health stuff that I had after the Botox incident, and I finally can, and I'm I want to get in the best shape for summer because I'm going to be in Europe for 6 weeks and I want to look good.
Arielle.
Thank
you.
So
from you, it comes less relatable than for me.
Okay, no. I was telling you before, I think you look amazing.
Thank you.
But I think the pendulum is swinging a little bit because there was that time, especially during COVID, it was things were just really weird, and that was around the same time I feel as the whole body positivity And I feel like we're moving a little bit away from that, hopefully.
I love it.
Now.
And I talked to Heather about it. Like, I just wish it wasn't fake. Yeah. And it was fake because a second after there was like a rebound, like in The Notebook, it's like they have that fight where it's like, and then 10 seconds later. So it was literally like 10 seconds later was Ozempic era. Yeah. So it's literally like body positivity, plus size models are getting on runway shows, like all this positive stuff. Like you're seeing different size people in campaigns. Great. Love seeing different body types on TV. Love seeing my body type on TV. Not everybody needs to be a size 4 on a show or on The Bachelorette or reality, whatever. I'm so with that. Like, let me march. But it just felt fake a little bit. And our fakeness, I feel like, especially in America, kind of comes out in this like, and if you don't align, you're a horrible person, you're judgmental, you're critical. And it's like, no, but like, let's just call it as it is, want to see different body types. I am allowed to say I want to lose weight. Anybody else is, the shame around like Ozempic, which I, by the way, was a hater about Ozempic at the beginning. Like I won't, because people that follow me probably know they're like, Amanda, you used to like hate on it. But I'm also very open to like flipping. Now, I personally want to do it myself. And I also know that I'm a sensitive person and I will vom and I won't feel well and I won't function. Like I can't take an Advil without kind of having a side effect. And I've seen so many people that I know feel horrible. So I'm like so happy with the people that are like thriving on it. I rather do it like myself because I know that I can. Like, and I know that there are people that struggle a lot with just their brain and like having that, like sticking to something, having the willpower, like it working. And for me, I'm like, Amanda, you've done this so many times. Something has felt off with my body postpartum that like was different, like hormonally, like, so that's why I'm working with a nutritionist. But I just feel like let's remove the shame around wanting to lose weight because in your room, you're talking about it. And I get that online, we don't want now like TikTokers being like, so here's 3 ways to like get skinny by tomorrow. Like
which there are those people.
Well, Heather was saying like there was an influencer being like, here's how I'm thin. Like, I eat less than you. I was like, oh my God.
I can't remember her name, but there was one where I think they did an article on her in like New York Times or something. Like she was getting a lot of press, this like young girl. And her whole thing is about like how to not eat and like how she stays really skinny.
Well, that's the thing. Like we have no boundaries in this world that we live in now. It's like, or. Yeah. Can't we just like be the normal people that like we know? No one that we know would like make a TikTok video like that, but everybody would be like, oh yeah, I want to be eating better. I want to be healthier. I want to lose 5 pounds. I just wish we could have some normal, there's like a spectrum and we go extreme, but I'm into like being in the middle.
Well, and I appreciate that about you. And I appreciate that you're being open about it because I think so many people can relate. And we did go through that time where it was like shameful to like want to like lose weight or look better or feel better or whatever. And it was only acceptable through a certain lens, like getting strong or something like that. Like
exactly.
And it's like, okay, at the end of the day, like who cares? You know, like you want to feel better, you want to lose weight, and that's going to make you feel better. And by the way, for a lot of people, that does mean they're going to be healthier as well.
Right.
We're like completely overlooking that part.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did that scale, that in-body scale. Have you heard of it? My nutritionist was like, thank you so much for doing that. Not everybody agrees to. Like, it was hashtag brave of me. Oh. You had to do it. Because people don't want to see, you know how people don't want to step on a scale? So like, this is like a mega scale. This is like every single, but it was interesting to see the muscle rate. And what's most interesting to her is actually the resting metabolic rate, which is like what your body is burning when you're at rest. So like someone who's fit as right, like a Khloe Kardashian could probably be in bed eating M&Ms and she's like burning 1,000 calories a second. You know what I mean? It's like that's the goal to like, she calls it get away with murder, which is like to be, I told you, I feel like you're like her, to be at your not working out, burning. So that's like kind of where you want to work towards. So that's where it's interesting. So like
and that's
technically
with muscle.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Technically we do want to get strong so we can burn more fat.
Yeah. I was literally telling
and pick up our kids.
Oh yeah.
And
that
pick up our kids.
Look hot. Oh yeah. And
and pick up our kids.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I was telling my boyfriend this last night because I had a trainer on yesterday and we were talking about this same thing. And I was like, no, like literally you want to put on muscle because then you burn more calories at rest, your basal metabolic rate, and then you can eat more and like
So look hot.
and like
you
look
see,
hotter.
We're going around.
Exactly.
We're going back
Yeah.
around.
And I heard you on that podcast with Heather say something about the Kardashians. And you were like, something I've always appreciated about them is that they've always been open about that stuff. Maybe they're not open about
Correct.
all of the lengths at which they go to look certain ways.
Yeah.
I think we can all, guess. But they're always open about like those kinds of things.
Like they compliment each other and being skinny,
being
like
skinny,
still in
yeah.
the current season, they'll be like, hey, skinny Minnie, no, you're skinny. Like, and I feel, and so many people would disagree with me. So like literally I know, but like, that in your room, you kind of love it, but you'll disagree like in the comments. But it's refreshing because you're like, are you allowed to say that? And like my handle is not skinny but not fat. So obviously I'm comfortable using that
and
word.
I love that you've stuck with it.
I've stuck
through
with it. Thick and thin.
The highs and the lows.
Thin.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
That's good. Yeah, it's refreshing to see people like, she's not telling her like you look so strong, even though some of them are.
Yeah.
Chloe's the strongest person on
Yeah.
earth. I just want us to be more real. And like, that's why I appreciate that because you're telling your friend like you look great. What did you do? What are you eating? So why are we in the world pretending like it's not a thing? It's just so boring to me to be so,
Where do you think people in the public eye have the responsibility to disclose what they're doing, whether it's like beauty treatments or like GLPs? I mean, this is something that drives me crazy is people who are like demanding that we know when somebody is taking a weight loss medication. When it's like, I don't feel like that's anybody's business.
What do you think? So I also, again, and my opinion has varied and shifted throughout time. And I still think about things to this day, like my thoughts on different issues and things that I've stuck up for one person. I'm like, wait. So I'm always thinking, which again, I saw a quote somewhere that like, if you're changing your opinion, that's good. You're like a thinking person and it's a positive thing. But I don't like when it's like, I'm not saying you need to say it. I think it's fucking cool if you do. Not even a celebrity. Like there was a mom in Noah's class one day I saw her and I was like, you look great. Like, and I didn't even think thinner. Like it was just a general compliment. And she was like, I'm on the shots. And I just like appreciated it because like the way she said it was so easy. And then with celebs, I don't like when they do get asked or do end up doing a cover story or whatever. And they're not asked, but it's like, and it's like, I just started sleeping better, or I think Meghan Trainor said lift weights and then she just came out about Manjaro. Mindy Kaling hasn't come out about it yet. And I think it's pretty obvious. And I mean, Oprah came out and said it, which was great. And I think people that we know have kind of struggled with weight their whole life or have been on kind of the heavier side and have been like open about it, like all about that base. You know what I mean? Like all those things. Then I'm not saying you have to be like hashtag Manjaro, even though Amy Schumer just did it. Amy Schumer is so cool. Yeah. She even said, she was interviewed about it 2 years ago, said she tried, was vomiting, couldn't like be with her kid, but she tried that like a different brand this time and she's doing great. She even invested in like the company that prescribed it to her. She like really leaned. She's loving it. So I don't know if it's a responsibility, but I feel like it's not responsible to lie. Yeah. So that's where I feel like it's like gets blurry because no, you don't have to tell everybody what you did from like the Botox to the whatever. But if you're saying it's something, if you're saying like it's weights and then people are like, but I'm working out, it just feels so, I don't know. But again, like you said with the Kardashians, like, can't we just assume? Yeah. And if we assume and you don't lie, then like, but I think Mindy Kaling did that swimsuit collab like right when she got really thin. And it was like, she's doing a swimsuit collab, which is amazing at any size. But that's when she was asked like, oh, like, what's your routine? It was kind of like, I hike every day. And that was kind of almost comical. Like we know her, we get her personality. She's this like, we kind of know that she's not hiking every day. But it is kind of also, we live in this climate where like is anybody going to be believed if they lose weight the normal way?
No, I don't think so.
I had this influencer say about me, I was pregnant. It was so funny because I didn't tell people yet. And she was like posting that I'm on a GLP-1. This like influencer that talks about it. She's like, I know for a fact Amanda's on. And I was like, this is so funny. Like, I'm actually pregnant. But then I took it as a compliment. I was like, okay, you think of them looking hot and losing weight? Great.
I lost so much weight last year when I was so sick. And so many people were like, oh my God, are you on? And I'm like, first of all, I've never weighed more than like 120 pounds in my life, ever. And at that point, I was like, I don't know, 105 or 10. Like I just couldn't eat as much. And I mean, I'd never gotten so many compliments.
Stop.
And I was like, thanks. I'm like so incredibly ill.
I know.
But everyone's like, oh, like GLP-1s. And I'm like, no. Like there are other ways and there are people who can like work out. And
it really is true. Like I had H. pylori and SIBO before I got pregnant. I almost got pregnant to be like, maybe that will help. Like I was just like, nothing. I was so sick and I lost weight from it. And it's one of those things. That's why like I couldn't be one of those people that gets sick on medication and keeps taking it because I look good, because it wasn't making me happy that I was looking good. You know what I mean? I was like, people were complimenting me like you're saying, or I could tell that I lost weight, but I was like, it isn't worth it. Like, I wish I felt good so much more than like losing weight because you literally can't eat anything, or because everything you put in your mouth makes you sick, or you're so scared to eat anything because it makes you sick. So it was so bad. But I'm good now, knock on wood. Scared to like wake up the stomach gods, but I took the medicine for H. pylori, like the full, it's like a 3-fold, which I'll tell people, like, take the medicine. Like, take the medicine. It's a literal gut eating bacteria, whatever it is. It was so bad. And it caused me anxiety too, because my anxiety kind of like comes from my gut. So when my gut is fucked up, it's like so bad. And then SIBO, like I'm pretty sure my pregnancy took care of it.
Oh, amazing.
Like move things around. It's like move over small intestine, whatever. It feels like it. Yeah.
I think that...
Just giving a bunch of really good medical advice. Get pregnant and fix your stomach issues.
I love it. Tons of medical advice. Everyone just do exactly what Amanda is saying. But I think like going back to celebrities and disclosing, I think that it's better to just say nothing. You know, it's like if you're not going to be honest, just say nothing. And then like you said, we can assume. And I mean, you look at like with beauty things, look at like a Lindsay Lohan, okay? She looks amazing, right? She's like getting all of the praise about how incredible she looks. And now there's like Anne Hathaway and people speculate and she just says nothing.
Right. And she won't be asked. So like, what do you think? Like, where's the line of like why? Well, I guess like there's also celebrities and then like reality TV where like if you're on reality TV, Andy Cohen will ask you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like get away with it. That like other people probably couldn't get away with it, you know? But he'll just be like, what brand of GLP-1 are you taking? What have you done? And if they don't tell him what they've had done, he'll just grill. Be like, not your teeth, not your this, not your that. I'm like, oh my God. So I feel like if you're on reality TV, especially Bravo, you know, like that's going to come. But I agree with you. I think with celebrities, better to just not say anything. Let us assume.
It's kind of interesting. Do you know pop apologists?
Yeah, they did a lot of Meghan Markle stuff.
Yeah. But I was talking to them recently and we were talking about like plastic surgery, celebrity surgery, and it's pretty unfair, I think. Like you look at somebody like Lindsay Lohan, who allegedly looks like she had a lot of work done, a lot of beautiful work. And so she's getting praised and everybody is like, oh my God, the Lohan Sance or Renaissance, whatever. Like she's back and she's healthy and she looks amazing.
That's what's so funny to me, by the way. Can I just tell you, I said this somewhere, like everyone's like, it's so great that she's sober now. I was like, did she ever fucking say that?
Yeah.
Like,
and also I'm sober and sobriety doesn't do that to you. Yes, it like helps, right?
Yeah.
But like it doesn't give you a full
glow up
face.
Yeah, but people just assume that because she looks so good, like she's probably like off alcohol, off everything. And it's like, okay, it does look like she's probably not in the space that she needs rehab, which she has in the past, and we know that. But like, I think she has a glass of wine with dinner. Like, I think she loves to throw back a rosé. I don't know how people are just assuming, like it's almost condescending, like things that I've seen about her, like, so good for her, she cleaned herself up, you know? I'm like, how do you know what She looks great, but what do you know?
But you know that if her surgeon hadn't executed that as impeccably as the surgeon did, if people didn't like how it came out, it would be a completely different narrative right now. And that I think is really unfair for women, because all of these women, anybody who goes in to get work done, they want to look amazing. They want to have the best.
That? Oh, you know who said that right now?
What?
Nikki Glazer.
Really?
I went to her
I
stand-up.
love her.
She's so fucking
Get her
good.
on your podcast.
She was on.
What?
Yeah.
When?
Like when she was doing all the press about the Tom Brady roast. She actually invited me to her show last week, and I like had just flown in from Florida, but I was like, I'm going, like, and it was so worth it because she's so cool and so fun. But she had a whole joke about this. She's like, people want people to like look bad, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not. And then she was saying exactly that. She's like, do you think anybody goes to get plastic surgery and wants to look fucked up? It's like everybody goes in with the intention for it to be beautiful, and like it doesn't look like you got anything done. She literally said this exact thing, Arielle. And then she was like, and then it looks bad and people shit on them. Like, you think they want it to look bad?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nikki Glazer.
Yeah, she gets it.
Because that's the exact thing that we were talking about too. And like, I mean, even Demi Moore. So she allegedly had some work done a couple years ago where she looked kind of different and it looked not great. There was that fashion show, I think, where it, you know, Fendi or something, and her mouth looked kind of funny. I don't know. And people were ripping on her like as though that's what she wanted to happen. And then things seem to have gotten fixed. And now, you know, she had this amazing award show run and she was in that movie. And it's like, it comes down to the skill of the surgeon. And yet it's all being placed on the
But then I have a question for
celebrity.
you.
Yeah.
When celebrities with a lot of money and power and access do get bad work done, I know that they meant well. How? Because aren't they going to the best people?
I don't know. I ask
They might
this
not be
question a
going to
lot.
the best people.
I think it's really hard because especially now, like there's so many surgeons and a lot of surgeons are really good marketers, and especially in LA. So sometimes you get like a big name and it might not be the best surgeon for what it is that you're looking for or for the aesthetic that you want, or you just have a bad outcome. I don't know. I mean, living in LA, I'm like I don't know how this happens to
Like
so
you
many
see
people.
you see a lot of shit.
A lot, yeah. And like I was talking to my boyfriend, I was telling you something about like laser, and he's like, he doesn't want me to do anything because he's seen so much bad plastic surgery growing up in Beverly Hills. And I get it. And I'm like, but you're also not, you've seen so much good surgery and you don't know it because you don't know that it's like it's surgery.
Yeah.
But I don't know like how people who have the resources, the access, the money, whatever, I don't know how they get led astray.
Yeah. It's
sad.
Yeah, it's very sad, especially if it's like not a reversible thing. Like a filler, or like, you know how when people still say shit like, she got a face transplant, and you're like, it's literally filler. Like you could do so much with filler, you know, like cheeks. And my friend just the other day, I felt so bad. I met up with him and I thought, I'm like the person that says shit right away. Like if you have something in your teeth or whatever. And I told him, I was like, it was a guy. And I was like, you have something here. Like, did you get like a bug bite or something? It just looked more like, kind of puffy here. And I like needed to touch it. And I've never felt filler before. And I touch it and it was so f***ing weird. It was like pillowy. And I was like, oh my God, your filler migrated. Like I've heard of this, that it does that.
Had he just gotten it or?
No, he just like had no chin before. So it's so empty there that they had to put like a lot to get
migrated.
like a jawline. And oh my God, and I felt so bad because he was then like insecure about it. I was like, no, but like now go back to the guy. Like tell him that it's, but that's what I'm saying with filler, maybe it's more fixable, but yeah, it's scary. Because like on one hand, you're like, I want what she has. And then it's like, I'd be terrified to do any of this.
I mean, I've done my fair share.
Like you're not scared of it.
Now I am. I didn't used to be. I used to have a really blasé attitude about it. And like, I had always wanted to do my nose. So I did my nose. And then I was like, oh, you know, when Instagram stories came out, I'm always honest about this. I started seeing my face. I'd never seen my face in movement before that. This was before like podcast video and stuff. And I had really hooded, kind of downturned eyes and really heavy brows. And I was like, I look really tired. Like this does not reflect how I feel on the inside. So I did brow lift and the eyes, and then I did like
Oh, you did like upper bluff before like anybody did it?
Yeah, like 2018.
Wow.
17 I did my nose, 18 I did bluff, and then I did like some fat and a lip lift. So I've done like little things. People are like, those aren't little tweaks, and I'm like, they're little to me, okay?
But do you regret anything?
No.
You love it all.
Yeah, and I've kind of stopped talking about it because then like I just become like the surgery girl, and it's like I get ripped apart daily online. Yeah. But that said, now I'm like approaching 40. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to notice like, like just we're our own worst critics, right? And I'm not like at a point where I would do something now, but I'm like, now I'm terrified. Before I was just so like nonchalant, and now it's like I've seen
because
too much.
Of like
I'm like, ugh, like you just never really know how it's going to turn out, even with like the best doctor. And some people like go to a great doctor and get great surgery, and then they don't heal well, or like it's
scary.
You're rolling the dice, like no matter what, and that freaks me out.
It is freaky.
Yeah, and I wish that I had that old.
I know,
naive
but that's
attitude.
like with anything,
Yeah.
Like that's when I tried drugs,
Yeah,
I said on the podcast with Jake Johnson, he made me laugh so much. He was on New Girl, Nick from New Girl, and I don't know how he got to talking about like smoking cigarettes, and I was like, my thing is like try things when you're young, and then you're like not as intense about them. You're not scared. Like I would never try a new drug now. Like I am so anxious about everything. Like I drink wine, and I don't even try new alcohol. I'm like, that is vodka. Like I haven't drank vodka since college. Like I'm not going to drink vodka. Even like, I never tried like an espresso martini because like to me, like the coffee and like I'm so, you know what I mean? It's just like people are out here drinking 5 espresso martinis. Like I'm like, I don't think it's going to like do well for me. And then like me in high school, tried everything, kind of know what it's about, and got it over with. But I guess that's not everybody.
I laugh about that too myself, like things that I won't eat and like things that I won't. And I'm like, I used to literally like snort shit off the floor, like not just the back of the toilet in the club, like no, the floor. And people would like put a key with powder in front of me, like
sniff it right up.
Doesn't matter what it was. Sometimes like always hoped it was Coke, but usually it was not something else. Ketamine. I did meth like, by accident once in Miami at a pool party. Yeah. Like no fear.
Yeah.
No fear. I would be so dead by now anyway because of like fentanyl and everything. And it's like if you have to drug test your drugs before you're doing them, like that's a buzzkill for me.
Wow,
like I would not be.
I know. And again, you probably then weren't thinking that it could kill you.
No. And like I mean it probably could have at that time too, but like fentanyl wasn't a thing then.
Yeah.
So like yes, I got lucky.
Right.
But at the same time, it was like a different time.
It was early
2000s, pre-social media, like smartphones. I got in cars
with like drug dealers in New York at 15.
Oh my God.
My friend would be like, go pick it up, get in the car, it's black. I'm like, I'm wearing a pink sweater. Like literally, like thank God I'm okay. Like got in the car, was like White Mike. That was his name. I don't know if New York people, White Mike, are you alive? White Mike, his name was. Got in the car like, oh my God. And I was a good girl. Like this wasn't like I was a bad kid. I was a good girl. I got good grades. I was a good daughter. Like all was good. I just like tried shit. And that's scary about people say like living in New York City on one hand. That is scary. But I wonder like in the suburbs, is this not happening?
I got in a van. This was in like Huntington Beach, maybe like 15 years ago. With a few friends because we were going to like get a bunch of weed or something. I was like not even into weed. And they were like, all right, you're coming with us. They put us in a van. They put blackout goggles on us because they didn't want to see, because they were taking us to this huge like where they had like a factory or like
why did
not
you
a factory,
go to
like
factory?
A warehouse where like all of the weed was, and they didn't want us to know where it was.
No, you were in
so
Narcos.
I'm like, okay. And I'm like, and I was like 19, 20, 21 years old. I don't know, like in a back of like a rape van with blackout goggles on, going to this like weed place with a bunch of dudes that like we didn't know, and
crazy.
Like just and like no fear, like was not nervous at all at any point.
On one hand, it's like it scares me for having kids. If not, I would be like, that is so cool that I went through that, you know? Like, and I think it's fine. I think experiences are good. But at the same time, you're like, anything could have gone awry over here. Like, things could have gone the other way easily. But I think that's like getting in your car every morning, you know? It's a risk. Yeah. It's a risk you take.
True.
Yeah.
But do you drive?
I do.
Oh, you do?
In the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know I'm a weird one. People are always like, how are you driving in the city? I'm like, people have cars
do
here.
it, yeah.
People do.
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, like women just can't win. Men too, but especially women. Women in the public eye, it's like damned if they do, damned if they don't. Damned if they come out and say like, yes, I'm on GLP-1 or yeah, I got a facelift. Or if they don't say anything, then, you know, it's just like no matter what, you know, and if people are getting things done, then they're dragged. And then if they don't get anything done and like they just age, you know, without any interventions, like then they get dragged. And it's just like, so at the end of the day, you just have to like do you and do whatever you want. But I heard you talking about like how you won't get on hate trains. I'm curious, like, where do you stand on something like the Blake and Justin thing? Because I know that, you know.
I get hate for this. I get
You
hate
do?
for not hating her.
Really?
Yeah, get hate for not hating her enough.
I think that we're living in this time of like really intense tribalism, whether it's like politics or policy issues, whatever, but also with celebrities. And it's like people want to identify with a camp, like one side or the other, you know, and that becomes like a huge, it's like,
and
like us and them
and
thing.
not only identify, like feel such strong feelings about it. Yeah. Can't you be an adult and just talk about it at dinner and like chat about it without feeling like it affects you and your life? I pretty much do this for a living and I can do that. Do you get what I mean? Like you don't. And you have to seethe about Blake as if she murdered your family. I'm a person that I can feel what she's feeling. So I can say, I know this bitch was used to getting so much love. She used to walk down the street and everybody would say she's the most beautiful. She dresses the best. Oh my God, she dresses herself. She's the most beautiful. Her hair. She's a crown giver, lifter, whatever. 2, can't post a photo without slaying, slay. And all I can think about is I'm her. I can't open the internet without people like they're out for blood at this point. I would die as any normal person would feel. So I'm just thinking of like, and then people are like, but feel bad for Justin. She came for his life, like the poor thing. And I'm like, yes, the lawsuits, the money. She accused him of the sexual assault, which like we don't know if that's true. People are like, we do know. In the litigation of 2,900 pages, I read it all and nothing was proven. Okay, if she made that shit up, that's wild. Okay, and I do not condone that, but I also think he's okay. Like, I really look at the situation like if you were like Justin's living on the street, he has no money to feed his family, everybody hates him. I look at it like Justin got falsely accused. Yes, he was dropped by WME, whatever that happened. He could get signed by another agency. Everybody, he's safe right now. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he didn't lose everything. People say he lost everything. He didn't lose everything. Like, I think that in the grand scheme of things right now, she lost everything. And even if she brought that on herself, at the end of the day, you also don't know what happened, even though you're so sure that you know what happened, you know? So you can read it and be like, oh no, she said he did this, but like that's actually what happened in his version of the truth or in the text messages. And like people will say to me, like, you're just saying that because you didn't read everything. So I can say that was cringe. That was a whatever interview. Like, why'd she do this? Like, why? I'm sure I would assume she's like, what did I do at this point? But I also like, don't think they're satanic. Like, I think this is a mess. And I feel bad for a person that is getting actually slayed online. Yeah. But again, I'm so alone, Arielle, like, and it's scary. But then I think I talked about this with Simon Huck was on my pod and I made him talk to me about Blake too. It's like, there's 2 versions of cancellations nowadays. There's the online one and then there's getting the jobs. And I mean, she just came out with A Simple Favor too, which was shot before, but it'll be interesting to see. Like, it doesn't seem like she's canceled in the industry. Like, she was just invited, got an award by Time.
That was
wild.
Yeah.
Which nobody liked, right? But that happened. The people in charge made it happen. So it'll be interesting to see if like this public opinion versus like the actual rooms where decisions are made and movies are made, and you know what I mean? Because a lot of the times they don't align. Like, you can with the Kardashians, it's the same thing. Like, everywhere, like, I'll post one thing, people are like, Amanda, nobody wants to talk about them. Nobody cares about them anymore. I'm like, literally, they have billions of followers, a show on Hulu, brands that are selling out faster than whatever. So public opinion, like, literally, if you open e-news, there's a picture of a Kardashian, all the comments will be negative. They will all say, why are you feeding them to us? Do they pay you? And that's not real life. The comment section is not real life, is what I'm saying. In my IMO, in my opinion, allegedly.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I see that same thing with the Kardashians. And I'm like, I think a lot of people care.
We care.
Like, it's wishful thinking. Like whether you like it or not, a lot of people still care.
Yes.
But with the Blake thing, and I didn't follow it at all, really. I'm just a little curious about what are the PR moves happening right now, because I feel like maybe like it would
take a beat.
Yeah. Disappear. Let people forget. Let it die down. Like, you're only adding fuel. You're only adding fuel.
I wonder
and doing
if it's like a reverse thing.
I don't know, but doing like the Time most influential people and the mom was abused, and like, why didn't she talk about that during the movie is what people are saying. And it's like, seems very publicity driven and very strategic.
But at the end of the day, they are like, publicists get blamed for so much. And there was that whole thing about that when it first came out. Like, at the end of the day, you decide. No one's forcing you. Sometimes I'm sure like the talent can come with. But yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree. That was cringe-a-lange. Like, that was so cringe, so bad. And, the mom, I felt bad kind of for her if that story was used to sort of, but, and also it had nothing to do. I mean, it had nothing to do and everything to do, because the subtext was there, right? It's like, speak out against be a survivor. Like, if you're a survivor, speak out against your abuser and all that. But so, yeah, that was a very bad move. And I agree. I think I said from the beginning, like, my advice would be disappear for 1 to 2 years, come back with a really cool project. Everyone will forget. In my opinion. And again, this is like something I feel like I can sort of see. And with J-Lo, this is on a much lesser scale. But these people want love. And they're so used to getting the love that the idea, which is wild, right? But like the idea of disappearing, like, I feel like they just think like one more hit, like, and then maybe people will like me, and maybe they'll like my outfit, and maybe this will. I feel like it's such wishful thinking. Whereas like, if people are satiated with you and hating on you right now, like, I feel like it has been proven over time that it works. That beat works. Disappear, come back, like, do it and it will be better. And it really, like, it was daggers every time when I was like, this will not be good. This will not be good. Like, I just kind of know what the internet is going to say. You know what I mean? And I really wish that I could be like, it's okay. You have enough money.
Maybe they're listening to so we can tell them.
So,
Blake, if you're listening.
I mean, Ryan was on my show
I know.
right before this happened. So that's why everybody also came for me. Like, he was just on your show. That's why you're blah, blah, blah. And like, yes, of course, I'm not going to shit on a guest, especially like he came on my show. Like, that's a huge honor for me. And if you don't think that, then you're dumb. So that's one thing. But at the same time, I genuinely feel the way that I'm saying that I feel. Like, a lot of things are cringe. A lot of things are ick. A lot of things are not looking good right now. I'm not like on the lawsuit text by text. That wasn't my vibe about it. But taking a beat would be my. But I want to tell the Justin fans, like, he's okay. Like, I think like even if he's in a financial little situation right now. He has big companies behind him, big people behind him, like his family. Like, I think at the end of the day, and this people, like, he's feeling the love.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
I know. I think that
He's
this
feeling the love.
is good for him.
It's good. People
Because
didn't care about him before this.
no. So I feel like he would actually be a draw. Like, if he were in another movie and he was like the lead, because all of these people
Would
who
be
are
like,
Team Justin.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, you guys. Be like, it sucked that this happened to him, to be falsely accused, if it's falsely, right? Yeah. If that's like proven, whatever, is a huge thing and it's awful. But at the end of the day, if you took public opinion right now, it would probably be 95% Justin. So to have 95% of the people in the world love you, and not only love you stagnantly, love you actively,
Loudly.
love you loudly,
Loud and proud.
and march for you, and be there at your movie opening and say I'm supporting
It's
him,
like
because
publicity you can't pay for.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying, like, he is not pobrecito right now.
No.
Like, he's good right now.
Some other people on the hate train that I'm curious your thoughts on. Meghan Markle. I know you posted about her.
People are gonna be like, she's not saying because she got the note and she got the jam.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you're fucking right. I won't.
How
I
was
got
the
the
jam?
motherfuckers. Like, are you on the list for the jam?
Okay.
I'm in the 5 people that got the jam.
Wow.
Wow.
How was
right.
it?
I don't know how this happened to me, by the way. This happened. I'm ignoring your question because I didn't taste it yet. It's still in the box. Like, I didn't even want to take it out of the as ever thing.
It's
and
like
I have
a relic.
plan to like make a reel with the flowers. Like, I have to like sprinkle it on McDonald's or something. Like, I'm just, when you have an idea for like a reel, but like you never end up doing it.
I have a whole notes app of everything I'm going to film. And yeah.
I'm just like, can some other influencer who like does this stuff do it? It's so funny. I suck at that. I'm more like just talk, but.
I heard you on Heather's podcast. She was talking about something and you said, oh, that's good. You should make a reel. And I was like, that's good advice. I'm like, I wish I thought that way. I'm like, wow, Amanda's really on top of it.
She should. I was like, clip it. So the Meghan Markle thing, and which is why this is the part of the industry that I love, okay? Because we are like not hating on it, but criticizing it. I love how random things happen in the most random ways, So with Meghan Markle, I was never a royalist or in anything. It was, again, a hate train that I watched that I was like, I don't get it. Why does everybody fucking hate her? And then you would hear like she's not relatable. She tries to be this. And then you'd watch a clip and be like, okay, I kind of get what they're saying. Because like she's saying this, but she's me. And why is she calling him an H? Like, why is she calling him H? Like, she could call him something else. So when the trailer came out for her show on Netflix, I did a green screen, which I literally don't normally do. I hate it. And I did it. Watching myself back is so cringy. I'm like just making faces at the trailer. But my caption was kind of like, I'm scared for Meghan, because the trailer kind of had everything in it that people usually hate on, and like inauthentic vibes, like supposedly whatever. So I was like, I'm scared for her. Like, this is going to be not what she thinks it is. People are going to come for it. People are going to come for the kitchen and the thing and whatever, which they did.
She didn't help the situation much. I didn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I only saw the one clip. Was it with Mindy?
Yeah, that was
where she was like correcting her.
And also Netflix. You could have taken
that
out.
It's like, do they hate her secretly?
Like, or, like,
yeah,
they left it in there.
Yeah, because they knew it would be controversial.
But what happened was all of a sudden I get a letter to my house, and I open it, and it has like M in a like with a crown. That's her stationery. And it said, "Hi Amanda, I heard you were feeling scared. You didn't see this? Don't be. This is the best part. Let's enjoy it. Love, Meg."
No way.
And I was like, is this for real? And it was her letterhead and like the whole thing. And
I saw the thing when you said that you were scared, but I didn't see that.
Yeah. So that's what happened from the I'm scared to die. So
the internet is wild.
And like the thing is, like, it kind of was, again, good PR because it went everywhere.
Yeah.
Because she gets written about like every single thing that she does. Because people thought she was being like snarky and people loved it.
Yeah.
Like, she has a sense of humor. She's being funny about it. She gets it. She's in on it. So it was a really good moment.
Yeah, that's a good move for her.
And then I was like, I hope I get the jam. Then I got the jam.
Wow.
So like I'm on Meg's list, okay?
So you support Meg.
So I support.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Do you not? I never
Again?
saw the stuff before. I like her style. And again, it's like, how would you not feel for a person that just like can't do anything? But like can do anything. Again, how divided. It goes back to what we talked about before. Can't do anything to win public opinion, supposedly. But the jam sells out in 5 seconds. There are Netflix shows, there are Netflix deals, there's companies, there's everything like, so it just doesn't add up. Maybe it's just like the love to hate. I get what people are saying though. Like when I saw the Mindy Kaling thing, I was like, oh my God.
I think people love a takedown, and they love to take down a woman.
Yeah.
They like a build up. They loved her when she was, with Harry, and oh my God, and they're getting married and the royal wedding and everything.
And,
yes, the princess.
Yeah.
And then it was like people started to sour a little bit when she, got in between him and the family, and then they left.
But what do they care? Like again,
I don't know.
This has to do with
That's
the
why,
thing,
like when you ask me what I'm like, I don't know. I have absolutely no feeling about Meghan Markle.
No, but
either
it's like,
way.
So let's say she did the worst thing you guys think. She was like, Harry, let's get the out of here. The royals, and I'm keeping the Duchess name, and I'm whatever. Like I don't even know the semantics there, but like, are you literally like Queen Elizabeth, stan that you're like, poor Queen. What is it to you? But then they're like, she said she wants out of the public eye, but here she is doing a Netflix show. Okay, she said she wanted out of the UK because literally like the Daily Mail and like the press there, they were murdering her every day. So she wanted out of that. I don't think she ever said, I
don't want ever to be in public ever.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I think people are just like, it's always like, I thought she didn't like attention. I thought she.
Well, it's like
everybody likes attention.
The internet largely loves a gotcha as well. They're always trying to, even with me, like people who follow me are like, but you said that you didn't. And I'm like,
but
oh
you
my
said,
God.
I thought that is my favorite.
Yeah.
I thought that.
Yeah.
I thought that you said that you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
But you said, what do people say that to you about?
Oh my God. All kinds of things. It's just like people are always trying to like catch you.
Like they remember, yeah.
Yeah. Which is
they
weird.
remember for the good and the bad. Like they're cute things that they remember. They're like, remember when Noah first cried? And you're like, that's so sweet. You remember and you care. But then there's also like, remember you said, and that's why I'm out there with flipping. Like I flip, I change my mind. And if I said that, I can say this. And if I didn't like this person, I can say, damn, she did this interview and I kind of like her now, And that's
I
okay.
love that. I love when, there's people who I'm like not interested in them, or like, I get kind of like a weird vibe from them. And then I hear an interview and I'm like, oh my God, I love that person.
Yeah.
Or like on my views, like people should be malleable and be more open to changing their minds and flipping.
I
think it's like not a good quality to have when somebody is just like staunchly one way, no matter what.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like another one who's really getting it pretty badly right now is Katy Perry.
Yeah, that hate train I'm kind of on.
You are?
I'm kind of on.
Okay. I wanted to find a hate train that you were
I said I'm not no hate train. That's the thing. I'm not on the hate. I'm not like hating, but like it looks not good. You know what I mean? And also it's not, okay, I think I can make sense of this. For her, I feel like it's so much lighter than the two examples before. It's not like kill yourself hate. It's like, what are those weird moves at her concert? Why did she go to space? Like I feel like those aren't like like it's not the really bad kind of online bullying and vitriol that like we talked about. But this is like you're watching a concert and you're like, what is actually happening?
I haven't seen any of the concert
just
stuff.
Google like TikTok search the clips. Like I posted a clip the other day. I just said like good morning. I didn't say anything bad, but like it speaks for itself. Like I'll just put this here vibes, and then let everybody run wild. But everyone is literally like what is happening? And you know what I think is happening? I think she took Ozempic. I think she got really skinny. I think she's feeling herself to the nines. And like she lost it. Like that's like before the Ozempic and the skinniness. I mean, she was always thin, but allegedly took a thing, got really hot, started wearing these crazy outfits. And I feel like this just propelled.
Yeah, it's like a different persona.
It's a different
that came out.
persona. And then the space thing, which everyone was hating, and her reaction and whatever. So I feel like with her it is lighter, so it doesn't make me feel bad. Like to me, like I love Joan Rivers, R.I.P. And like to me, you can still make fun of outfits. And you can still say that's an ugly dress, and that's okay. So that's sort of where I'm at with it. Like if it's taking down someone's entire human, then it makes me feel uncomfortable. If it's like she's being bizarro right now, then I'm in on it. Like then it's lighter to me. And she posted, by the way, a whole post.
I saw that this morning.
Kind of not apologizing, kind of saying, I am who I am.
Like it doesn't phase her.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, I think was the gist. Or
Yeah.
at least
I
that's
kind
the
of
gist
miss
that
her
I
in
got.
like I Kissed a Girl. Like,
Yeah.
let's bring it back.
Teenage Dream.
Yeah.
The best.
On a plastic bag, like where are we and what is the new music?
Yeah.
You know?
I haven't even heard the new music.
The new music was weird because when it
I
came
heard
out,
that one song.
The woman Roar. I don't even know.
Yeah.
It was bad and it was like supposed to be feminist, but it was
Yes.
like anti-feminist. And then she was less.
A makeover. Like not like a physical makeover, like a career. Like she needs new PR, maybe new management.
Just like
something like that. Another one, maybe go away.
Come
and
back
then
in
come
like a
back.
business suit or something.
Yeah.
Come back in like Favorite Daughter. You know what I mean? Like just come back. Not in this like metallic bodysuit that we're trying on right now.
You know what though? I think that you hit on something earlier that's so true. And it's that I think fame becomes a real addiction and external validation becomes a real addiction.
Yeah.
And I think it's so hard for people who are used to it on a certain level to then go without it. They probably feel very deprived and just yearning to get that back. Like, because Blake could go away for a little while. J-Lo, could go away for a little while.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
Because she's one of those that like, it was a do too much few years and she knows that's how everybody felt, but she just can't. She's like, if I just do this weird ass music video that I paid $20 million for, like if I just show him the BTS and this documentary that I produced, and it's like not working, and you're like, she's doing it because she wants to be loved again, because she knows that that's also possible. Like that was there, she had it, and she's also another like light, not warranted one for me, because it's like, what did she do to you? Just was there too much?
Yeah.
There was a really mean article
so
that was like
dogmatic.
When Justin Timberlake's tour was doing really badly.
Oh.
He's another one that I'm down to.
Yeah. Guys get it too, by the way. We're just here focusing on the women.
And I'm down with his train because of what he did to Britney. In the name of Britney. Okay. I just think he has cringe moments, But there was this really mean Rolling Stone article that was sort of ageist as fuck. And it was kind of like, should middle-aged pop stars like go away? And the picture was J-Lo and Justin. And that's so mean and not true, because obviously we have musicians that are older and the Rolling Stones are still doing it and nobody's saying. I think it was more about like the pop star vibe, like if, because it's just like, so maybe you have to like mature with the times and maybe not try to do like what you've been doing, and then maybe it'll be.
I think someone doing it right now for whatever reason is Taylor Swift. I mean, she was so overexposed, the Eras tour, that whole thing, Travis, she was everywhere and she knew it. And now she's completely off the map. Nobody has seen her.
Yeah.
And I think that's smart.
She's
because
so
it's
smart.
like,
she does it right.
Her and Tree, I mean,
they do it good.
Yeah, because it makes people wonder, where is she?
And
like people are still talking about her, like, because
her Instagram, like no post is not a promotional post, and yet her fans think that like she bears her soul to them in her music. Like she is doing it. There's no one that does it more right.
No, she's, what does she
her fans
call herself?
think
She's a mastermind.
Her fans think that they know her. She's never said a single thing to you that wasn't not in a song. every post, go through them, is a promo for something. Yeah. But you think she's like, people act like she's like an influencer sharing her cat. Like, you've seen her cats by mistake, but like, it works.
She makes people feel something.
Yes.
She makes people feel seen. I think through her music, she's so talented in that way, through the writing and all of that.
Which is what the dreams are made of, like through her music. She doesn't even have to post a story.
I mean, if I say this now, but I feel like if I was a celebrity on that level, Taylor, Kardashians, I don't fucking Katy Perry, whatever, like Instagram would be the last thing that I would want to be doing. Yeah. Like in Instagram and brand deals, and like I wouldn't want to be out there. Yeah. I don't know. I just maybe that's just because of like how I am.
It's also probably smarter in so many of these professions because for actors, once they become too, you know, like if Emma Stone was on Instagram every day being like, hey guys, like blah, blah,
it like
blah.
devalues them.
It devalues them, and you would see her in a movie and be like, that's Emma Stone from the Instagram story. Like the ones that don't have it, like that's fucking cool. I mean, don't have it. Yeah. But don't post in that name. But yeah, even me that I'm like the most blah, blah, blah. I think that if what I did wasn't this, then, and you know, I could just like go to a Chanel show and fucking pose that outfit just when I do that. Obviously that's like way cooler. They don't have to be doing this.
That would be the dream.
Yeah.
Chanel, if you're listening.
Chanel, if you're listening, if you can't tell.
Hey, they did sponsor my show a few times.
We're fans.
So yeah, big fans here. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. It's
that
always
was
fun.
So fun. Where can everybody find you and listen to your pod and all of the things?
So it's Not Skinny But Not Fat, as we've discussed. And my show drops Tuesday, new episodes. And the Instagram, same name, because I'm a dinosaur and I didn't change it like everybody else.
I love it, though.
Here we are.
True to who you are.
Thank
Amazing.
you.
Thank you.